Welcome to Stories from the Wilderness. I'm Patrick Oliver Griswold. Before I share today's poem, I want to say something about poetry itself. Some people argue that what makes poetry difficult isn't the reader's lack of ability, but the way poetry has often been framed by critics, by schools, by traditions that emphasize complexity and hidden meaning. Sometimes that framing can make poetry feel like it belongs to an elite circle instead of to ordinary people with ordinary lives. But I believe poetry was never meant to exclude. Its difficulty isn't a flaw, it's part of its calling. To say what can't be said in plain speech, to stretch language so it reaches further than our daily words, can carry us. If poetry feels challenging, maybe that's because it's trying to open us to something deeper, something beyond quick explanation. That's the spirit I bring to this next piece. It isn't written to be solved, it's written to be sat with, to grow in you the way a seed grows in the ground. This poem is called The Wheat and the Tares. The Wheat and the Tares. After Matthew 13:24-30. The field looked clean the morning it was sown. The rows were even, every seed was good. The sower walked it slowly, hands at peace, then left it to the rhythm of the earth. But something moved beneath the cover of the night. Not wind, not rain, no friendly foot. A hand that mimics kindness cast its seed. Not wheat, but something cruel dressed as green. The workers found the problem in the light. It grew up straight at first, like honest stalks. But time will always teach us how to see. The tares revealed themselves. The cries began. Should we go out and pull them from the ground? Should we not guard the field you gave to us? But the sower, calm as the early sky, replied, "Not yet. You'll tear the wheat as well. Let both grow up together. There is time. The harvest knows the difference I can see." And still, the field kept growing toward the sun, a blend of gold and shadow in the wind. And none could tell which root was clean or not even in themselves, not always clear. I felt the tares this morning in my thoughts. They bloomed with words I thought I'd thrown away. They grew beside the prayers I tried to speak, and choked the edges of my gratitude. I think I am the field, or maybe both, the wheat and tare at war inside my chest. One reaching for the light it can't explain, the other curling inward toward the dust. And I have begged the sower many times to pull the wicked from my soul by force, to clear the rows, to fix me all at once. But mercy isn't fond of violent hands. He waits and waits again and says, "Not yet." The sickle sleeps until the season turns. The sun still rises on the just and the lost. And God is not in haste the way we are. He lets the story run until it's full. He knows the weight of growing next to wrong. He knows the ache of seeing evil thrive. But still he holds the harvest for the end. Not with fear, but with mercy we don't share. And when the fire comes, it will not burn. What roots have found their rest in holy ground? The wheat will shine, not shake, beneath his gaze. The children of the kingdom will stand tall, not by their own sharp hands, but by his grace, the one who knew the field from sow to flame, and loved it even when the tares came in. One day the harvest will be full and true. But even now he gathers what is bruised, a stalk bent low beside its crooked kin, still green, still reaching, still beloved, still his. I've read this parable 100 times, and still I find myself asking the same question the workers did. Shouldn't we pull the weeds? But the sower says, no, not yet. And maybe that not yet is grace. Grace toward others, yes, but also grace toward myself. Because the truth is, I've seen both wheat and tares in my own heart. I've prayed with a divided mind. I've praised God with one breath and judged my neighbor with the next. I've asked him to make me clean quickly, and he has answered with slowness. This poem isn't an answer. It's a way of sitting with the tension, of learning to grow alongside what I don't yet understand, of trusting that the sower sees more clearly than I do, and maybe by the time the harvest comes, I won't be so quick to pull what grace still calls his. Thank you for listening to Stories from the Wilderness. I'm Patrick Oliver Griswold, and I am grateful to share this time with you. This will do it for this episode of Stories from the Wilderness. May you rest in the patience of the sower and in the mercy that lets the wheat grow strong even among the tares. And until next time, God bless.